Well, hey guys, this is Joanna speaking, and this is one of my first tutorials that I'm gonna do. So, a friend of me requested on me to show you how I did this drawing right here. I mean, the technique and everything else. By the way, I'm using this drawing. Yes, that's right, it's Ferb from the show Phineas and Ferb, but he has this weird mechanical arm. Well, this is based on a story called The Galaxy and the Sea. You can find it on DeviantArt. It's really cool. I think you should read it. It's really interesting. And, well, I'm going to show you how I did the other drawing, the same techniques using this one. So I scanned the drawing, but it happens, for example, that if you want to color it, you just get the color on top of the line art. So one thing that's really useful is to click this layer and right here set it to multiply. This allows you to, for example, drag this layer below here, and if you color it, you have the line art. Oh, wait, it's very dark, you won't see it, but oh, here it goes. There you can still see your line art, so it's really easy to color like this. So the first step that I did was to choose a background color. As you can see right here, I chose this very dark green. I recommend you to use darker colors, but not black, because if not, you will not be able to see the rest of the line art. Well, unless you want to choose the very dark color. The next thing I did was to color the entire sketch except for the background with the same background color that I chose before. I did this for one reason, and I'm gonna tell you why, guys. You create a new layer, but here on layer, you should do what's called a create a clipping mask. This, as you can see here, there's like a little arrow on the left, and this allows you to color, but you will only color what is selected, what you select on the layer below it. So if I color Ferb in this case, it will not affect the background. So we'll erase this layer and create a new one. Oops. And well, the first thing you have to do is identify your light source. I mean, where the light is going to come from. In this case, it's going to come from that a glowing light that Ferb has on his arm. So I was telling you guys, the light source is gonna come from here. So once you know where the light is going to come from, you should choose a very bright color from the same green, and the other color you should choose the same as the backgrounds right here. Okay, so this one, it's only to show you where the glow comes from. We're going to use that one later. And I use a hard round brush, like it is shown right here. Here you can see the shape and everything. But something very important is to play with opacity, which means that the brush is going to be like more transparent. But if you keep drawing over and over again, it gets to the real color that you chose. So we're going to do that. Also, you will choose different sizes depending on where you're going to color. So the first thing I'm going to color is going to be the eyes. So I always like to start with the lights first, and one useful tip is that the light it always stands out a lot. So you should pick a very low opacity. If you, for example, I don't want the whole eye to look exactly the same, so you just switch the colors and you start to darken that area, the particular area that you want. And we'll be doing this the whole way. It's just try and see what comes out of this. I know that most of the light, the brightest, it's going to be here on his left side or right side, depending on where you're seeing it, and all the hair here, and of course all the cables and stuff. It's looking a little creepy but at first it will look that way. And what you do with this is just you give the texture you want by using lights and shadows. That it's one thing I have learned. For example, you can see here that the finger is it's bent. So here you'll choose a darker color, and depending where the light comes from, you're going to use more darker colors or more bright colors. It depends on where the main light source is. Well, so here, if you take a look, you have that first example of how it looks like. Always at the beginning, a drawing never looks the same as the finished product. For example, here I'll apply more color, but not as bright as on his side. You know what? I'm going to choose a darker color from the background just to make more contrast on the drawing. And for the most part of all, it's just keep trying and different techniques if you want more light or not. But this is just about it. And remember that the opacity is very important. And always, it's like trying and see what you get. There's not like a technique or something. This is just useful for you to color. So, well, this is about it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Sorry if my English was bad, but it was one of my first ones and I was a little nervous. Hope to see you guys around.